Shalom, Yasharallah. Most I'd like to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Kadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to your hopeful elect Akim out there laboring that are pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. This is your brother Amar from the GMS Boise, Idaho camp, coming at you with a couple words to keep in mind, to meditate on this for this week. Because the type of mentality that you do not want to be in is complacent. And in the term complacency means, by the definition of Merriam-Webster, this is the Merriam-Webster-Dictionary.com, complacent, marked by self-satisfaction, especially when accompanied by unawareness of actual dangers or deficiency. Another one is complacent, sense one. Complacently. And those are just different ways to say the same word. But complacent. And the definition that came up was unawares of actual dangers. And these are the people and the spirit that you don't want to be in. Because as everything's going and continuing, business as normal, business as usual. Oh yeah, we've always heard it's the end of the world. Man, you're too paranoid. Why you even pay attention to that stuff? Come on, just live your life. Why are you worried about it? It's just going to ruin your day. Come on, let's talk about something fun. I don't really want to talk about this. Man, I don't really think like that. So I'm just listing examples of things that I've heard, of people that are not concerned with what's going on in the world, man. And I don't even have to list all the things. You got world wars and world powers being put in position to get that big final go round of World War III, man. These nations are choosing sides. You just had last week Russia and North Korea create an alliance. Last week you had the United States institute a draft that raised the age and also includes men and women. And these things are happening every day, man. There's so much happening right now. It is very difficult to keep on top of it, but through the best of our ability, you have to stay circumspect, which is another C word that I want to bring up. And a synonym for complacent is disinterested, unconcerned, uninterested, casual, incurious, nonchalant, so these are all words of pretty much they don't give a fuck of what's going on in the world, man. But like scriptures say, he that is filthy still, let him be filthy. He that is righteous, let him be righteous still. Roughly paraphrasing, man. But this is just, to put the brothers and the believers, a reminder to not get complacent, man. It's so easy to get stuck in the routine of work, whatever hobbies you do, whether go to the gym, come back to your wife, make dinner, so on and so forth. But you have to constantly be pushing yourself to stay locked in, man. Constantly be praying. Make sure you get your chapters in. Look at other brothers' videos. Check the news. Check the local news. Check what's going around in your area. See if there's crazy weather events coming on. Look at the blobs that are popping up in the ocean. The fires that are going on right now. Man, the list goes on and on and on. There's something that you can be doing at all times. So another word I wanted to get was circumspect. And I want the Merriam-Webster. The definition for circumspect is careful to consider all circumstances and possible consequences. And the word circumspect has a CIRC, which is a root word for circular, which means 360, all the way around you, man. You're always looking around. A synonym for circumspect, which is the correct spirit that you should be in, is alert, cautious, conservative, heedful, careful, considerate, guarded. So you have your mind guarded. You're cautious about the world. You're alert to the things that are around you. You're considerate to the things that are happening. and you're careful. So these are all synonyms of the word circumspect, which you hear brothers say a lot. So you have to always, be paying attention, because there's multiple accounts in the scriptures uh, uh, to show you that you need to stay circumspect. The first one I wanted to get is the parable of Matthew 24. This is Matthew 24 and 44. And then I've been in this chapter a lot for the last couple weeks, man. I know a lot of brothers are bringing out a lot of heat from this chapter, because this is the times that we're living in right now. That's why it's so, all the scriptures are, crucial, but these things are happening right now. This is Matthew 24 and 44. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. So that's, we don't know the day, we don't know the hour, but the point being is, don't get complacent. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give him meat in due season? Now he's going into the parable about a ruler that set over a servant to watch over his possessions. 46, blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. So when the master comes back to the house, you're on your job. You're locked in. You're doing exactly what he wanted you to do. And that's, man, your boss ever catches you working really hard on the job, and you look to the right and he's just looking at you. He don't say anything. He's just nodding his head. He's pleased with the effort you're giving, man, the good attitude. So that's what in this parable the Lord came back to and saw his servant doing. 47, verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods, because that's a man that can be trusted. You cannot buy trust. Trust cannot be created out of thin air. Trust takes, like they say, trust is the most expensive thing in the world. It takes years to build and seconds to lose. So yeah, keep that in mind. Verse 48, but, and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and to drink with the drunken, which means he just went, he crashed out. He didn't care about his brothers, because he's not helping them. He's smiting them. He's not telling them what's going on, not helping their spirit, and to eat and drink with the drunken, which means he's in a spirit of mirth, which means he got complacent. Verse 50, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of. And this is what you don't want to be caught doing, caught lacking by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Verse 51, and shall cut him asunder, and asunder is in half, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, man. And that is scary. That is a scary, scary effing thought to think about, man. And this is another one. This is Zephaniah 1 and 11. 1 and 11. How ye, Salakia, Yashral. I mean 12 and 13. 12, Zephaniah 1, 12 and 13. And it shall come to pass at that time, future prophecy, that I will search Jerusalem with candles, which is that light. And Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, being the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, along with the Israelites that are scattered throughout the world. And punish the men, because it starts with the men, the head of the household. The men are the leaders. The men are the builders. The men are the pastors. The men are responsible for doing the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, the Lord Yahweh will not do good, neither will he do evil, which means they're trying to say, oh, the Lord just doesn't care. He's not going to do the bad thing against us, and he's not going to do the good thing against us, because he just don't care. That's what the type of mentality they're thinking, because nothing crazy has happened. In the sense of Jacob's trouble, their judgment's coming, and the punishment of them being settled on their lees, which is the time for you to cry aloud and spare not, pursuing to Isaiah 58, the first verse. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show Jacob their sins, and my people, their iniquity, roughly paraphrasing. So, hey, man, we got to tell you what it is. Verse 13, therefore their goods shall become a booty, which means a spoil, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof, going into the curses of captivity, because we took the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai nonchalantly. So we have to always be aware. I'm going to get Ephesians 5 and 15. This is Ephesians 5 and 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. And that redeeming, is pretty much counting what's been happening, redeeming the times. You say, okay, this happened, check. Oh, that's happening, check. Oh, that already happened, check. You're measuring the times diligently in itself with the scriptures, because the scriptures are the only thing that are going to allow us to see what's coming. And you see that word circumspectly right there, man. So now you know the definition of 2 more words if you haven't already, man. Walk circumspectly and do not get complacent. Meditate on those words. And, I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, to stay locked in. I pray Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Mekrak keep the spirit on me to keep doing this, keep telling the brothers, facts, the truths, of the scriptures of our Bible. Call Allah Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and the water Yahweh Bashem Yahushua for allowing me to be able to do this work. And I pray that you can I pray that, all the brothers that are in this thing continue to have that same spirit as we head into Jacob's trouble, man. Again, speaking to myself first and foremost, and, all the hopeful elect out there that are doing this work in truth and in sincerity. So with that, I'm going to close this lesson out by giving all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the elders, the apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to all you hopeful elect Akim out there laboring, that are pushing this word and truth and in sincerity. Keep pushing, keep persevering, keep the faith. Till next time,